Property development is all about profit. So, conducting a property development financial feasibility study is key in evaluating the viability of a project. Financial feasibility study is a very important decision-making tool. But why? The study is aiming to achieve the maximum potential and best possible return for any development project and balancing risks and returns. It evaluates the rate of return for a property development and determine whether the project will be financially succeeded or not. Appraising the potential risks and returns, in order to be able to test every assumption, making intelligent decisions and maximize all the possible opportunities. A real estate feasibility study assesses a proposed plan to determine whether it is likely to be a success. It is never a once-off set and forget exercise. It is an evolutionary process, and it is undertaken over 3 steps. The first feasibility stage is a preliminary analysis exploring ideas, and considers pluses and minuses of the development site. Make assumptions based on attributes and constraints and analysis of local supply and demand. Static feasibility is the second stage. The assumptions made during the preliminary analysis will become grounded in more solid facts, for a clear understanding of the highest and best use for the site. At cash flow feasibility stage, the developer gets down to the granular detail about project financing and funding requirements. He needs to understand the expenses and the revenues of the project by checking and challenging all the assumptions. But there are many different feasibility models, but 2 of them are commonly used in the property development game: the development margin approach and discounted cash flow analysis. In the second video I am introducing the 2 most used feasibility models, assessing risk and hidden opportunities. The property developer must manage the 2 competing forces of risk and return. In every property development, it remains fundamentally true that the greater the risk, the greater the return. The simplest form of risk analysis is a sensitivity analysis, which should be used to understand how changes in inputs, such as construction cost or sales values, might affect the feasibility of the project. For example, what happens when construction costs rise by 20% or fall by 10%? A scenario modeling is to be used in evaluating the highest and best use of the property. Every feasibility study should consider whether the proposed development is the highest and best use, or whether another type of asset would maximize the value. Property developers are increasingly using sensitivity and scenario analysis to assess risk and hidden opportunities. Development costs to be considered. Property development is about making profit, and as a result, it is important to understand the costs related to the project. So, a fulsome feasibility study is considering the main costs, which are costs associated with acquiring the development, including legal costs, stamp duty and rates. Construction costs are calculated based on the design or size of the development at a per square meter rate. Council and regulations costs are related to building permit fees, zoning, subdivision costs and more. Land holding costs. Developers may hold the property for some time before they sell it, meaning that they must continue to meet all financial obligations. Professional fees include all fees charged by lawyers, architects, quantity surveyors, engineers, and is typically a percentage to the construction cost. Sales and marketing are fees hired to help market or sell the property, such as brochures to immersive virtual reality experience and real estate agents selling your property. Taxes are also an inevitable and fundamental part of the development process. A contingency helps developers stay on track when costs exceed the budget. Typically, 10% of the budget should be allocated to cover additional or unexpected costs during the construction project. The best tools to help a developer making the best decision. A sophisticated software should be used, like Argus Estate Master or Argus Developer. With a robust solution, developers can input more data to build a more accurate real estate feasibility study, allowing them to make confident financial decisions. If you have found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe for more videos and write your comments or questions.